Can anyone explain to me the good reason why WotC changed the word race to species? I'm looking for a good reason because I imagine there has to be one out there, right? I mean, let's see. Race really just focuses on the outer appearance of people, and that being the major difference between them. That's going to be the marker you use to say there's a human and there's an elf. If you say species is the new word you want to use, well then what you're telling me is it's less about the appearance and more about the biology. Well then I look at New D&D and I realize the biology doesn't matter. The race gimmick matters, the outer appearance matters. It's just tall humans, short humans, humans with pointy ears. It's all humans. Humans with green skin, right? Well then why would you change the word race to species? Which automatically puts the focus on biology being important as the difference between them, yet then you don't express the real difference between them through biology, right? Through how they are, through being completely different species. Elves won't think like humans. But in New D&D, elves think like humans, humans think like elves. It's just makeup. It doesn't seem to really matter. Well then again, why would you put a focus on biology? And I want to know. Has it gotten rid of some prejudice? Has it done something good for the hobby? Does anybody feel like it's improving somebody who was hateful before and now they're less hateful? Or are you worried that this game is making somebody hateful and then by using the word species, somehow you won't develop that hatefulness in that person? That word will somehow save the day. I don't understand. Why would you change a word when the original word actually explains what you're actually doing with the game? Having it be different races would say the outer appearance is what matters, and in D&D, the outer appearance is what matters. You already have everything communicated that you want. It's old D&D that would be more benefited by calling it species, because it's old school D&D that focused more on biology, the difference between the different groups or the sexes, right? When you get to New D&D, there's no focus on biology. But using the word species means you're saying focus on the biology difference between the groups or the sexes. I'm like, well, why would you communicate that when you're saying you don't want to really see a difference? I guess these people in the WotC world want a game where there's no focus on biology. I'm like, okay, it's a fantasy game, do whatever you want. But then why then use the word species that tells the customer, me and everyone else, that biology in the game matters? Yet when I open the book, it doesn't matter. Or are you telling me there's like maybe 20 people in the entire hobby that were offended at the use of the word race, and the rest of us had to go, okay, we'll change how the entire hobby perceives this thing for like 20 fucking people with blue hair that play 5e. I mean, I hope that's not what you've done, because I know you've been doing stuff like that, like taking 20 people and going, oh, you're offended? Well, okay, even though you only represent your one tiny little group of 20 people, and the rest of the people wouldn't agree with you, we're going to act like you represent something important, some idea that we have to fix, and we're going to go fix it because you're insulted. I mean, maybe the issue might be that the person that's insulted just sees hate in everything. Like, imagine seeing like a white box, and you're a black leftist communist, and you're going, man, that's racist. That's the type of ridiculous shit that these people are on. But yet, you see big companies like Hasbro and WotC adjusting to these nutcase fucking people. They're out of their fucking mind. They see a white box and now it's, these are the kinds of people that will tell you white milk is racist. I'm not joking. Or vanilla ice cream. Presenting vanilla ice cream as a great ice cream. Oh, you must be fucking racist. What are you talking about? Or a white person breathes around them, takes a breath. Oh, fuck, that's racism. That's the kind of people that they're adjusting to when they're changing the word race to species. I mean, it's so stupid. It's so stupid because it's like, do you not realize you're just communicating that, again, biology is important to you, but it's not once you open the book? what all this insane thinking does is lead people down to a stupid path where they become stupid and glorify stupidity to the point a massive company like Hasbro and WotC can end up changing something over that's so obvious that it's communicating something they don't want or they're not even pushing, and they do it because of some ridiculous offense that, you know, a tiny few people have taken to a fucking word that is not communicating any hate or racism or prejudice. They just see fucking hate everywhere. I mean, you breathe the wrong way around these fucking people, they see hate. If bigotry really is an issue for you, leftist or whoever you are, we don't really have the issue that you claim that we have here. We don't need a hero because we don't have a problem. So you don't have to come here pretending to be a hero that's going to save the tabletop role-playing game hobby. And I got to tell companies like WotC, you end up doing some stupid things that are not beneficial to you going forward. Right? The ideology that you're pushing is dead on arrival now, and I think you know it. I think it'd be wise for WotC to bring out a new edition and drop this whole political scheme and just go, you know what, no matter how we do this, we're just going to go back to good old focus on fantasy and gaming and having fun. No pushing shit to piss off Christians, no pushing woke ideology, just focus on a great fucking game to play. Wouldn't that be fucking awesome if a company would just do that and stop with the propaganda? Well, here's what I guarantee. I made the Neo TTRPG System for just that reason, to be fun with any gamer. And here's what I would tell you. No matter what you've heard me say about you commie or woke person, if you went and bought my game and you didn't know anything about my politics, there is nothing in my game that would offend you. You'd have a great time. You would not be able to find any issue that's going to wrap you the wrong way. It's a fantasy world. I get rid of all the elements that you don't even want to have to confront. And there's enough in there that if you really feel the need to be represented in some way, you can be. Not that you need to be. It is fantasy. It's okay to pretend to be somebody you're not. That's the whole point of escapism. But hey, whatever. I made the game that was more focused on entertainment, fantasy, and gaming. Not pushing my own politics, not pushing your politics, not pushing anything. And making a game where everybody can feel, hey, welcome. Because it is not based on white Europe. I don't bother doing that. I made a fantasy world where anybody can be there. And there is no expectation, no push, no offense to be taken about any part of the game. And it's not because I did that to appease you, because I was making my game long before I ever knew about you. I made the game with the focus being, it's not about me, politics, religion, none of that nonsense. It's all about being a great fun game for anyone. So anyone can just take it and play that game without going, man, there's that guy's political beliefs somewhere in the game. Doesn't exist. I got rid of it. That's what WotC should do. That's what the entire hobby should do, because we have a great history when it comes to not being bigots. We were ahead of our time when it came to being fair to people and doing great things. We should be celebrated for that. It ends there. You celebrate good, and you go, okay, there's not an issue here. We don't get a focus. That's great. That's an automatic win for people that oppose bigotry. But if you're still going to come here, even when we're doing good on that front, and then just behave like we're all a bunch of fucking bad people that need to be saved, yeah, you're going to have to dig up nonsense and say that this intense bigotry, because you can't find any clear statements of bigotry, or you go into the past and you take somebody's few words or few moments of talking, and you go, that must mean this. It must mean all of these mean things. And you're unfair to everybody you judge who came before you, who came from a different time, when what somebody said might have meant so many different things than what you're assuming. But you want to see hate everywhere because you need to justify your existence in this fucking hobby as far as you existing as a political activist to save the hobby. Because if you can't justify that, then you just got to sit down and play the game or run the game and shut the fuck up about your politics. Right? To justify your politics, you need the hate, you need the prejudice, you need to look under the rock, under the bed to find it everywhere. That's all. That's why you make up all this shit about orcs representing racism. You know, this, what we're talking about now, representing bigotry. It's bullshit. It just doesn't work. And your changes aren't working because there's no issue. You want to know why it's not doing the hobby or anybody any good socially? With the word change from racist races to species? Because you weren't fixing a problem. There was no problem. That's why it's not having any effect at all. It's not doing better. And in 20 years, people won't think better because of it. You could either use the word race or species. It won't matter. It will be the same outcome. Actually, I think at one point you might want to even consider moving back to race, because you don't seem to care about the biology of the different groups. So, I think all you're going to do is end up inspiring people to do something with the game that you don't even want. You don't want a focus on biology, from what I can tell. But yet, if you keep using the word species, at one point people are going to be tricked into thinking that was something that mattered. And then they'll look back at one point and go, no, I guess they didn't fucking care about that shit. But by then it'll be too late, because the thought process will already be in people's minds. You're using the word species. That's a focus on biology, right? And then you see Daggerheart, which I guess is another game that doesn't want to focus on biology, using the word species. I'm like, well, what are you doing? Use the word race, because race is saying that the outer appearance is what matters, and that seems to be what matters to you. I could be wrong. You tell me. Anyway, I love you, at least most of you. For now, take care.